G'day folks. A bit of a review of my new day pack I've bought, the Gregory Nano, which is this here. There happens to be 5 versions of this Nano backpack. There's a 16, an 18, a 20, a 24 litre, and also this one, which is the 30 litre version. One thing I wanted to show you, this side here and this side here. If you take those straps off, you can pack it right out, or you can put those straps back on and sink it back in, depending on what you've got in your pack. I'm going to point out to you the features of this backpack. The top section here it has a zip that opens up there. It has the usual key ring attachment inside it. It's a nice deep pocket there. Some of the other pockets on the other smaller ones, they go to more of a taper. They actually follow this taper that you see on the bag there, but this one doesn't. It doesn't close in. It's the whole area there. So you've got a nice top pocket on the brain of the pack there, and that clips out like that. You've got a drawstring attachment there, which opens up the top of the pack there. You've got a mesh pocket, which I've got a 1 litre mountain design, which I think is about the same size as a 1 litre 𝐤𝐤𝐤. That fits in there really nicely. I wouldn't want a taller one because it tends to sit out of the pocket, so the squat one sits in there really well. On the other side here, you've got a zip pocket here. I think this is different on this 30 litre one as well, because I think on the other ones you have a mesh pocket on both sides. So this has got this pocket, which is really handy for storing stuff. I can get my hand in there, and on this side, in front of the water bottle pocket, is another zip in here, so you can get right inside the pack there, which I've got a jumper in there. It's quite a nice pocket, which some of them have a mesh pocket on the front. This 30 litre one doesn't, but you've got the pocket on the inside, so you can store wet stuff in there. That's got a zip. On the back of the pack here, you've got 2 loops here and here that you can put a carabiner on either loop, and you can hang off whatever you like. You can put 2 carabiners on and hang anything across there, cups or anything that I'm not a great fan of hanging stuff off the back of my pack, so that's not something I'm likely to use. It's got a really nice back panel there. It's got breathing holes underneath this mesh, so it's really comfortable on your back. It helps with sweat. I'm not saying for 1 minute it stops you sweating. I don't think any backpack does, but that's probably as good as it can get. The shoulder straps also a nice soft material. They're very, very comfortable on your shoulders. It's got the usual sternum strap, which is adjustable up and down to suit your requirements. It's got the usual whistle on there. It's also got a waist belt, hip belt, which you can store like that. Because of the shape of the pack there, you can wear it and that hip belt sits below it. So you can just have it on the shoulder straps and the sternum strap and not use the hip belt. Depends on how much weight you have in the pack. If you've got upwards of, you know, up towards a full amount, then you're probably going to need that hip belt. And that can just snap out like that. It's got a really good adjustment on it. I read somewhere, I think, I'm not going to quote me on this, but I think you can put it up to a 46-inch waist. So it's got plenty. It's a unisex pack. So it's fully adjustable there. It fits most torsos, I would think. It's got the usual hanging strap on the top there. Now inside the pack itself, just above the opening, you have another zip, and all the zippers have these nice toggles on them that you put your finger in. Particularly if it's cold, you can just put your finger in there and pull it out like that. I have a rain jacket in there at the moment. That there is for a hydration bladder. You've got the small clip on the top there. You hook around the top of your bladder. That keeps it up in the air so it doesn't collapse down inside your pack. So that's a separate thing. Now, I'm also going to use this on the road. I'm going on a holiday soon over east. So it's going to be important to me. This top here can be used for a laptop, but the opening at the top there, I've measured that at 10 inches. So you're not going to get anything really large in there. Myself personally, for me, I've got my rain poncho, which goes in there. When that's zipped up, that gives some really nice extra padding on the back of the pack there. So that seems to work really well for me. Now, what else has it got on it? It's got on here, on the side, on one side, it's got an attachment for an ice axe, which doesn't apply to me here in Australia, or for your trekking poles on this side here. The bladder hose can come out of either side. It can run down either side of the harness. It comes out from these ports in each side, and the hose can run down on the right hand side, or it can run down on the left hand side. It's up to you. The bladder isn't something that I use very often. So yeah, that's now, are there any negatives to it? There seems to be, there's always negatives. For me, it's a great pack. I'm glad I bought it. It's really functional. As in most packs, this water bottle mesh pocket on the side, as you can imagine, when you're wearing the pack, it's more or less, it's not as if it's on the side of the pack there where you can get to it. It's behind the pack. So you've got to be almost a contortionist to get the water bottle out. That is a criticism, but I would say it's a criticism of most packs. So it's a minor criticism, I suppose. Another criticism is for the trekking poles, which I use, you've only got the loop on one side. So I've got my 2 trekking poles here. They go in there. And then this loop is going to go around the trekking poles, which is hard enough to do when there's 2 trekking poles. That goes on there like that. But for me, I find that balance really awkward. I prefer, like on my other, I've got another Gregory Boltaro 75 litre pack, and this has the trekking pole holders on both sides, so it's more balanced. I don't like that idea where they're both flopping around on the one side for the balance aspect. Another small criticism as well, in a lot of packs in here there's a zipper with a rain cover. This pack doesn't have a rain cover. It's basically made out of 100% nylon. Obviously the mesh pockets aren't. There's only one of those. But yeah, all in all, for me, it's a fantastic pack. The pack itself weighs 708 grams. And it can take up to 20 pounds in weight, which I think is around about 9 kilos, I would think. So it's pretty handy. 20 pounds, 9 kilos is a fair bit of weight. So that's handy as well. I prefer something like this rather than a smaller pack. Obviously it depends on what you're using your pack for, of course. For me, I'm trying to utilise it for travel, for hiking. So when I'm hiking and I might want to do an overnighter, and I reckon I can just about get my tent in here and everything else for an overnight hike, whereas I couldn't with a smaller one. So that suits me. Okay, that's my review of my new Gregory Nano 30 litre backpack. I hope that's been of some use to you. 𝐥𝐢𝐤𝐞 signing out. Take care, and I hope to see you on another video soon. Goodbye.